characteristic about UWC schools is a very involved student body. So UWCs are not big. I mean, we had 200 residential students in our school, right? So for it to be an active and a thriving and a healthy environment, everybody needs to be involved, or everybody needs to have a part in the community. So in terms of involvement and student activities, UWC offered a lot of opportunities that I know I wouldn't have had if I had stayed home. I took it chill my first year. I tried a bunch of different things. In my second year, I found my place in the community and I found what I was really passionate about. So in my first year, I was in improvisation theater. I was in spoken word, which was like a poetry club. I was in Serve the City Maastricht, which was a really good experience because I got to interact more with locals and like practice my Dutch and everything. I also did yoga sometimes. In my second year, I did more serious activities. One of my favorite was organizing DP Olympics. We had an organization team of 4 people, and we organized sports events throughout the first 2 or 3 months of school. We split the whole community up into teams, and we played and competed different games. That was a really good way to start off the year because it brought in a lot of healthy competition. A lot of people got to meet each other. It brought a very active vibe to the community. Another thing I was a part of was Caribbean Flavour. I was a member of it the first year, and for the second year I led the girls with my partner Jasmine. It was basically like a dance club, and we danced different Caribbean and Latin styles. We got to perform a bit, and in our second year we joined the Zumba lessons for half of the class, and it also helped me because Marina from Mexico and I were in charge of organizing the dances for Latin American Culture Week. And Culture Weeks in UWCs are a big deal because that's the time where to perform, we get to make food and share with the community. I think Culture Weeks as well as conferences are amazing learning opportunities in UWCs. Another thing I did was volleyball. I was a part of it for both years, but I was never seriously involved because we didn't compete or anything. But I thought it was just a nice way to get my head off of things and be involved in a physical activity. I also did soccer for my 2 years. The first year it was very informal. We had 4 girls being a part of it, and we trained in the rain and in the snow. And then in the second year, thanks to Prune, we had 30 or 40 girls in our first training, and then we made up a team to go travel in Geneva, which was so cool. It didn't go so well because we had 3 weeks before we knew we were going where it was just really intensive training, and then when we got there we were all just exhausted and we all got injured, and we ended up getting last place in the tournament. But it brought the whole team together. We had such good team spirit, and it was one of my biggest highlights in UWC. I was also involved in the children's ministry at my church, so I taught Sunday school once a month, and it was a really great opportunity for me to practice my Dutch because a lot of the kids there were Dutch or international. I was also involved in InterAcro, which was a club that I started. I started pretty late in my second year, which I kind of regret because I really enjoyed teaching the girls. It was a gymnastics / cheerleading / acro club. I'm an ex-gymnast, so I really miss that part of my life. I was really happy that I was able to start the club. And of course, my biggest highlight in UWC was organizing the TEDx conference. UWC Maastricht in particular is big on conferences. We have so many conferences throughout the year. There's a little competition between the conferences, and TEDx for sure won this year. I was in the communications team, so We invited all the speakers. We had so many amazing speakers. We had actors, we had neuroscientists, psychologists, political activists. We had a little bit of everything, and it was absolutely amazing. We were so proud after we finished. I truly enjoyed organizing TEDx with the team this year. Another really big part of my UWC experience was the church community that I was involved in. I was so lucky to have an international English-speaking church in my town, and the pastors there were super nice. I was really close to the family, and they invited me for dinner sometimes, and they were just so loving and caring, and I'm thankful that they were in my life for these 2 years. We also had student staff dinners at UWC, and I went to my student staff dinner I think twice with 2 other girls. The staff members we got, they loved cooking, and they were such a good team together, and so it was always really fun to have them host us and share with them. One thing that was very nice about UWC Maastricht was that we had so many vacations. They encouraged us all to travel and explore Europe. I usually traveled in groups with other students, and we always got really close. I had the opportunity to travel to Prague in Czech Republic, San Sebastian, Spain, Barcelona, Spain, Cinque Terre, Italy, Venice, Italy, Rome, Italy, Geneva in Switzerland, the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, and after I graduated, I was also able to go to Dublin and Paris. So I really loved traveling, and I think it really enriched my UWC experience. I think it's important to mention the challenges that I had in UWC, and I think everybody in UWC doubts if it's worth it to go to UWC or not, because for a lot of us it's really expensive. My main challenges were probably homesickness. Every time I left home, it was really hard. Another challenge that I had was balancing my academic and social and personal life, but you know, I think that happens everywhere and in life in general. To finish this off, I am extremely thankful for my UWC experience. I had a lot of opportunities, and I grew a lot. I'm more environmentally and socially aware, and I met so many people. I shared so many stories. I also had my friends and family back home that supported me throughout the whole process. It was definitely a worthy experience, and I'm super excited for the next chapter of my life. Okay.